And greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Apptrepreneur Show, a special episode of the Apptrepreneur Show. I was not planning on doing this, and tomorrow and Friday's videos are already planned out. But thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today to join me for this impromptu little show. I am your host, Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and this is your somewhat bi-weekly dose of apps, technology, and even a little bit of entertainment, or in today's case, stock. We're just talking about the stock market today. So for some of you that you don't care too much about that, that's fine. We'll have other episodes. So for those of you who do and like keeping up with my investments on Robinhood, I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update. Hey, we have Sovereign Renaissance here, welcome, and we have Miss Alpha Omega Dog, and it's like, to you, I did too. I dropped 1K on Apple and already making monies back in 2 days. And Aaron, hey Aaron, welcome. Haven't seen you here in a while. Your personal driver says, LOL, a little slow to the party, but welcome. Tesla and Apple kicking butt. Yes, they are. Well, and here is the purpose for this show. For those of you who are not aware of how I do the Robinhood episodes, I have been doing an experiment for the last several months. How much can I come ahead of the stock market if I invest an average of $200 a week? I mean, now that could be in different formats. Sometimes I'll drop 500 in, sometimes I'll drop 100 in, but the average monthly drop is $1,000. And I've been doing very well in that. Now, I did say that I would make special videos and special mentions when I divert from that plan, and this is certainly something that I have diverted a little bit. For those who are not aware, Tesla and Apple stock have recently split. Now, what does a split stock mean? For those of you who are not aware, that is essentially where whatever shares you have get split into more shares, effectively making them in a strange way worth less than what they were when you bought them for. However, you now have more of them. Now, why would companies do this? Well, they primarily do this when the stock is healthy. And they also primarily do this when the stock is so high that basically it's too rich for most people. And so they split it to bring the price of the stock down for the average consumer. So, for example, we're just going to do like a very, very basic thing. Let's say that Disney was worth, well, let's go with Papa John's, because they actually are around $100 right now. Each stock you buy is worth $100, and they decide, you know what, we're going to do a 4-for-1 split. And that means that when they split the stock, you will, instead of having one share for $100, you will have 4 shares for $25. So you still have the same amount that you have invested into the company, but you have more shares. And one of the positives and why investors typically like this is because when this happens, especially if you're like a successful company that tends to go up more often, you have a lot of people who now invest in the company, like I'm doing right now with Apple and Tesla, because they can afford it now and they know that these stocks tend to go up more than they go down. So it typically just brings in more money for the company. And so Tesla and Apple decide to do that. Apple stock, by the way, has split several times. I, in fact, have a friend who, like 10 years ago, bought 50 shares of Apple stock. And he has not bought a single share of stock since, but he has well over 400 shares now because Apple stock just splits a lot. So that's like a positive, like that, he's just quadrupled his money over and over and over again. And so it's a good investment. And I told me and my wife discussed, we have a good savings right now. Thankfully, COVID did not hurt us the same way it hurt other people's. We were hurt in many ways. Financially, we were very blessed. Even though a job was lost, more work was picked up, income from eBay Amazon, Mercari, and YouTube and Patreon support really picked up. So and of course, stimulus checks came in. So we had a very healthy savings. And I told her that when this stock splits, let's take $3,000 out of the bank and let's put it into Apple, because Apple is not going to go out of business anytime soon. I don't think they're even going to be hurt anytime soon. And it's just logical. Like, okay, look, that money that we're saving for the house, it's not doing anything anyway. This will be a way to build for the house. I don't typically recommend taking house savings and putting it into stock. But for certain companies that you know are not going to go away, that's fine. And by the way, it should be noted, before we go any farther, this is not financial advice. This is just me talking about what I am doing. If you want to invest but are concerned about how to do it, talk to a financial advisor. So really, and actually now I think about it, my title is probably a little misleading. Really about $4,000 have been spent on this, now that I think about it. Because I decided, I was personally going to buy some Tesla stock. But the Tesla stock, even with the split, was going to be very expensive. So here's what I did, and this is why I have the spreadsheet. These are my purchases, my sales. I decided to sell some stock, and it just dawns on me, I forgot to write down my Apple purchase. I will correct that today. But on the 31st, which was the day it split, I sold a few positions I had, and I picked these four companies, these four companies to sell. And I picked these four companies to sell for one main reason. Because these stocks, whether they had done good or poorly, were stagnant. They hadn't really gained that much, nor had they lost that much since I bought them. So I decided it was time to cut them loose to bring in some money. And so as you can see, Zynga was the most recent purchase, and I sold that because I bought it at the height, like at around 10 something, and it's only really been decreasing since then, and I don't think it's going to turn around, so I sold it at a loss of $31.60. A rare loss that I sold it for. Last time I sold something for a loss was with Hertz a few months ago. Otherwise, I try not to sell stocks unless they net me some form of profit. I also sold the Orbic stock. I frankly don't even know what it was for, what that company did. I just bought some because it was cheap, and it made me 16 cents. So it hadn't really moved much. BLDP, I did make quite a bit of money on that one, but that was starting to weaken a little bit, so I decided time to get out of it. And then Ephesian Energy, which has done very well, and I will probably return to Ephesian Energy someday, but right now it's just not. It's stuck at somewhere between $72 and $75, so I thought I sold it for $77. And that brought me in that brought me enough money to buy one and a half Tesla share, and then I put $200 in, and I bought 2 shares of Tesla for $484.19. So really, that's like $1,000. Now I did put $3,000 into Robinhood, but it's still going to take a few days for $2,000 of that dollars to clear. So I've only bought 7 Apple stocks. Now, as you can see, we're not opening a great day. $200 loss. That happens, folks. Keep in mind, long term, we're still doing very, very well. That's because the Tesla stock has probably not surprisingly dipped a little. So has the Apple. And I expected this. You have people who they all of a sudden double their shares, and then they see the shares go up, and it's like, well, hot diggity dang, I guess I'm going to sell now. That's why some people do it. That's fine. I kind of expected this. Other stocks, like Microsoft is up, and Comcast is up. Coca-Cola is up today. AMC is actually doing really well today. It was actually over $7 at one point. And so again, I'm not giving stock advice, but people laughed at me with AMC. They said, "Oh, that is a waste of money. They're going out of business." And I bought. Actually, it was a little longer than that. I bought somewhere around here, and now look at it. It's definitely recovering. So now I have actually bought and sold AMC a few times times, which is why the profit margin isn't as big. Because when it first went over $7, I sold, and then I rebought at 4 something, and then I sold again at 670, and then I bought again at 650, which is where the current. So I've actually profited a few times from AMC stock, just saying. And one of the things about these companies why I don't feel too bad talking about is because, Sony, Papa John's, Tesla, Apple, there's nothing I can say that can negatively or positively influence these stocks. These companies are just way too big. My IMAX stock, which I bought several shares of when it was under $12, is turning more of a profit. And the reason I wanted to focus on IMAX is because as movie theaters start to reopen and attendance starts getting capped, IMAX theaters are huge. So you can fit a lot more people into an capped IMAX theater than you can a regular movie theater. So JetBlue still stubbornly refuses to move, but I just did not want to sell JetBlue. It's no, eventually that will... Disappointing. Plug is taking a little bit of a dip, but so far my return has been over $200. So Plug is still trending on the upward. I might actually buy, since it's actually $12, and I do have about $100 or so of trading, 117 buying power. Let's switch over here. Well, actually, let's go back here real quick. Let's shares. If I were to get 10, that'd be just a little too much. 5? Well, I could buy 5 more. Okay. I have to switch over here because when you review the order, it shows some personal information. So, all right. So, I have bought 5 shares of Plug while it's down a couple dollars, because I'm sure we'll go back up. And now, let's go over here. And I'm leaving a space in between because I need to mark that Apple stock. Plug, bought 5 shares. We're at $12.98. Total $64.90. So there, I have marked that I have bought Plug. So anyway, bought some Plug today. If that goes up in a couple days, probably appreciate that. I do want to get some more Six Flags because I plan to buy 20 shares of Apple stock. So I bought 7 already. I will buy 13 more. Whatever's left over, I'm probably going to get Disney and Six Flags. Six Flags has been... in fact, let's look at Six Flags real quick. Where are you? There you are. Six Flags, since I bought around here, is starting to recover. It's been a slower recovery because they're theme parks, and the theme parks haven't quite reopened yet. But before COVID hit, they were doing very well. In fact, if you look at their 5-year thing, they were starting to go down, but they were still pretty high. Then COVID hit, and boom, 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 just went way down. So I believe that Six Flags will recover, and 46% are saying buy, and 46% are saying hold, 8% are saying sell. I don't know if this actually means anything because I have a stock that has a 100% buy. It's called Ovid. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Ovid. This thing, I bought it around here, and it's not doing great now. And yeah, 100% say buy, so I do not know. Let's go to some of the comments real quick and see what people are saying. Hey George, how you doing? Check out NEE and AQN. Anyway, I have a 9-to-5 job now, so I have to get back to work. Okay. I'm glad to see you still kicking butt on YouTube. Peace out. All right, peace out. Appreciate that. Christopher says Tesla is an overvalued piece of garbage. Well, but it's doing very well. That's why I bought it. Now, David says NIO is the next Tesla. Well, that's funny you should mention NIO, because I have bought some NIO, and I have already gained $56 on it. I bought it at around $14 a share. It is closer, like that's how NIO is doing. Well, actually, even just the last few months, NIO is doing very well. So I will probably buy some more NIO whenever I get back, because I don't know if I'm going to be putting a lot of money into the stock market this next month, since I did this huge investment infusion for the Apple and the Tesla. But if I put another 200 in, it'll probably go to NIO, because NIO does look to be very promising. So there you go. I might also buy more Sunrun. Sunrun has been like the unexpected winner of my portfolio. I wish I had bought more than 10 shares when I first bought it, because it's clearly doing very well. So who knows? I might buy another 10 shares of this, and it seems to be heading towards $100 a share. So yeah, sometimes you just don't know. I will at some point buy more Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is, I call that the Warren Buffett stock. This is the one stock Warren Buffett has never sold. It consistently brings in good dividends. It's a rock solid stock. So, and with the dividends, I have it set up to reinvest. So once you buy so many shares, then every time they pay dividends, they will buy a couple shares for you. And that is ultimately what you want to do. That is where you want to get. So Coca-Cola I will be putting into in a big way. Maybe after the experiment is over, because I don't know if we're going to get like another stimulus package, another stimulus check. But if we get another $1,400, $400 will go towards the house, and then $1,000 will go towards stock. That might be where I buy more Coca-Cola when I get that $1,000. It's always ugly when you see it dip like that. Always ugly. But then you have really good days. So anyway, I wonder, is it because Tesla's dragging me down today? Today, $61. That's part of it. It's interesting. We have a lot of people. This one seems to be like a mixed feeling one. But again, I'm kind of looking at history. When you go to the history of the last year, I mean, just look at it. Look at how, this is definitely, it did dip quite a bit here, but this is why I decided to risk a couple shares. I don't normally buy $500 shares of stock, but this seemed like a good opportunity. So anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to share. Any cryptocurrency. I have a little cryptocurrency, but not much. I do put some pennies into Bitcoin. Then one day I bought $20 of this Doge, which apparently is a nothing cryptocurrency, but I decided, what the heck, that'd be fun. And how much did I lose on this? I've lost almost $7. Okay, I didn't even put $20. I put $15. Oh no, I did put 20 into it, and now it's worth 14. So whatever. That's one of those low risk, potential high reward things where it's you can get a bunch of it. What if it gets to $1? Then you're pretty good. Otherwise, I do have this regular Bitcoin investment that I have not put much into, but I've gained $4. So whatever. It is what it is. I'm not as big into Bitcoins as I am stocks, because with stocks you can kind of pay attention to companies, how they're doing, and that sort of thing. So anyway, GE is actually on the rise, is it? No, still lost money on the initial purchase, but hey, it's nice that it's going up though. So anyway, yeah, I do have some crypto, but not much. So anyway, I think that's pretty much all I can do. It kind of feels nice to not be producing daily content. I can let this grow out. I can kind of be a bum for a little while. However, I am working on the Harry Campbell interview. I was going to post it Monday, and then I realized something. Monday is Labor Day, so it's a day off for a lot of people. So it'll probably show up next week on a Wednesday instead. Anyway, I would like to thank everyone for spending just a little bit of time with me. Not a whole lot, but just a little. And, I'd like to know what you think. How's your investments going? Did you get into the Apple and Tesla craze? I'd love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.